Hey everybody in YouTube land, it's George from the Elvis Vinyl. Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, it's George from the Elvis Vinyl Guy channel, and I am here today with a big haul, a big soundtrack haul. My local record store, The Great Escape, they emailed me saying that they had just purchased an over 1,000-piece soundtrack collection off of a guy in Missouri, and that it was going to be for sale the next day at 10 o'clock. So I did what any vinyl lover would do. And I was there at 10 o'clock, my daughter in hand, because she wanted to go. So let me just get to showing you what I got. These were not from the haul. These were just soundtracks that I've purchased recently. This is to Dazed and Confused. This is a great soundtrack, and they did this really well. It's a really heavy cardboard cover, and the vinyl is yellow, so great soundtrack. And so it's a great soundtrack. Next up is High Fidelity. Everybody knows this soundtrack and the cool stuff that's on it. The 13th Floor Elevators, the Kinks, John Wesley Harding, the Velvet Underground, Bob Dylan, Elvis Costello, Jack Black does Let's Get It On, Stevie Wonder. But yeah, it's a great soundtrack. And this is just your standard black vinyl version. I do want the limited edition. It's on orange vinyl. Now this is the soundtrack haul from The Great Escape. The Trial, these are all like the lowest grade you could give any of these would be VG+++. I mean, they're all near mint minus. This guy really took good care of them, and I know he either cleaned them on a spin clean or he had a vacuum type cleaner, because they are all very, very well cleaned. There's no background noise. There's no noise whatsoever when you put these on. And some of these are from the 60s and they sound like it's brand new vinyl. Now, a lot of these are sealed. Let me know what you think. I want to keep them sealed, and I'm not that guy. I usually don't keep stuff sealed, but there's some certain circumstances where I've already got the stuff. This is just better stuff, and I'm thinking I should just keep it sealed. But Shogun, this was a made-for-TV movie. Love, I hate that glare. Shogun, still sealed. This is from 1980. This was cool. Rain Man. This has got some good stuff on it. I can't read it right now because I don't have my glasses, but yeah, can't read it. Etta James is on here. Yay, I read one. But anyway, this was cool to get. I really love the artwork. The 10 Commandments, Cecil B. DeMille's 10 Commandments. This was amazing to find, and this was like $3, and it's a gatefold, and it's beautiful, and just great music too if you know the movie. This was so cool of a find. I swear I almost made a mistake in my pants, if you know what I mean. That's right, Planet of the Apes from 1968. This pressing is from 1968. It is on the Project Total Sound Stereo pressing. I can't remember who did this video, but somebody did a video on a lot of these project pressings, and they're really good pressings, but man, this thing sounds beautiful. And it's a gatefold with a lot of cool pictures. I guess I'll just go ahead and... I didn't want to be opening all these, but very glossy cover. Hear that? Still tight too. Stand by. Now, this is a European import. This is newly recorded music. It's not the original music used in the film, but it's still hard to come by. This is Psycho. And it's got... this is still sealed, by the way. This is another one that is still sealed, and this was just amazing to find. The Exorcist. That's right. Still sealed. I mean, the corners are still nice and tight. Nothing looks warped. And I get a little frightened when things are still sealed because it depends on how they were kept. These must have been kept in a temperature controlled unit because nothing warped on this stuff. Sealed Jaws. Now, I have 3 copies of this, but this one was sealed and was like $13. I couldn't pass that up. So, yes, sealed Jaws. This one was not sealed, but once again, just absolutely beautiful condition. Conan the Barbarian. Been needing this. I've been looking for this for a long time. So has Andy Borders, he told me. Sorry, buddy. I have not seen another one of those in the wild. I know they're on Discogs. I see them on Discogs. I've seen them on eBay, but I don't know if you do that kind of shopping. But, man, that was so cool to find that. Cool to find this, too. This is one of those movies I remember watching as a kid a lot. George Kennedy, Charlton Heston was in this. You all remember Airport 1975. I believe there's a bomb on board this plane. Or something was wrong with it and they had to land. And they didn't know if they would even be able to land in the airport because it wasn't, I don't know. It was a good movie. This was cool. Laverne and Shirley sing. That's right. Cindy Williams and Penny Marshall from Laverne and Shirley singing. Look at that photo on the back. They do stuff like Da-Do Ron Ron, All I Have to Do Is Dream, Chapel Love, 16 Reasons, Gonna Get Along Without You Now, I'm Walking. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Should be awesome. Or not. I got it because of what it is. Another sealed album. Now this was an X-rated movie when it came out, but it's Marlon Brando and Last Tango in Paris. Everybody should know the stick of butter reference. But anyway, the movie isn't that great, but it's still cool to have the soundtrack. I'm sure it's got some really cool jazz, French jazz or something on this. I can't remember really the background music in the movie. Not what I was really paying attention to, but yeah, that's cool. Sealed, The Long Riders. Now this is all Ry Cooder, if you know who he is. Great guitarist. This is all Ry Cooder music, just like, has anybody out there ever seen Southern Special? I think that's what it's called. Southern Special. It's about a National Guard unit that goes on a training mission in the swamps of Louisiana, and they steal some canoes that are owned by the crazy man, what am I looking for here? What's the name of those people in Cajuns? Some Cajuns own them, and they basically hunt them down one at a time for taking their canoes. But don't get me wrong, the National Guard guys are assholes in that movie, so they kind of deserve it. Another sealed, and quite possibly my favorite Steve McQueen movie of all time, also featuring Dustin Hoffman, Papillon. That was so wicked to find this sealed. This is the one that's killing me about sealed. I don't care about the Papillon and stuff like that because most of that's jazz music, and yeah, I can listen to it on Amazon Music. Not that I sit around here and listen to jazz all the time. No offense to you jazz lovers. I like jazz too. I just don't base my collection off of it. So do I want to keep these sealed and not listen to them when it's not something that I do anyway? But this one I would love to hear. I do have it already, but it's crap condition. I literally only bought it because I have part 2 and part 3 and part 4 on vinyl. Superman, sealed. Everything I have is mint condition except for this album, and it's just crap. I mean, the vinyl's okay, but so much ring wear, it's just crap. It's still got the, underneath the seal, it's got the sticker that has the songs on it. Not that it was a promo or anything, that's just the way they came out. They had this dark black sticker that went across here that had the songs. I don't know if all of them were like that, but the one I have that's all messed up is the same way. But isn't that beautiful? Those of you that don't really know me, I am a big Magnificent Sevens fan, and not the new movie, the original movie, Eurobunner, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson. I'm not even going to pretend to know all the. I'm a big fan, but I wasn't prepared. So many other good people in that movie, and I can't remember now. Anyway, got Return of the Magnificent Seven, which only had Yul Brynner in it, but the first side of this album is the music from the Magnificent Seven. So that was really cool. And it's just absolutely beautiful condition. 1966. And it is just absolutely stunning. Alright. Now the Breath Takers. Not that The Exorcist and Jaws and The Psycho didn't take my breath away, but I had the Star Wars box set. It's right up there. It's the very last thing on my shelf. It's right next to that green wall. See where my finger is? Right there. That black box right there is the Star Wars box set. It's got the first 6 movies in it. Plus I have Force Awakens. I haven't got The Last Jedi yet. I did watch it though. What a piece of... Anyway. Empire Strikes Back. Original. With the book. Still intact. I mean, this thing is beautiful. That back cover. With the booklet still stapled in, glued in, whatever it is. But awesome. What's cool about the box set is they are identical to the way they originally were released. Like Star Wars is on 20th Century Fox Records, Empire Strikes Back, and I think Return of the Jedi are on RSO. So yeah. Original Empire Strikes Back, just absolutely immaculate. Vinyl, unplayed. And then Star Wars, steel sealed, with the hype sticker for the full color poster included, enclosed. Steel sealed. Just absolutely beautiful. Vader on the back. I mean, really awesome. Big Star Trek fan. This is called Inside Star Trek. I have all the soundtracks but one of the original series movies. I don't have the last one that they pressed on vinyl, which is, I think, not Undiscovered Country, but the one about God. Whatever. Anyway, this is really cool. And this was a cool, cool find. I absolutely love this movie. I'm a big detective movie buff, and finding Bullet on soundtrack was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but besides being an Elvis fan, I collect K-Tel compilations, which I have probably like 300. And I collect soundtracks, which I probably have like 400. Not that that's a lot. That's like just the tip of the iceberg. But, you know, it's what I like. I can't put too many records in this house, as you can see. But anyway, last but not least, like I said, I'm a Westerns fanatic. My favorite Western is John Wayne the Searchers by John Ford. And this is really cool. This isn't a promo, but this is music by Max Steiner, produced for the Max Steiner Music Society. Side 1 has the soundtrack to Pursuit on it, and side 2 is The Searchers. It says, please note, this album was produced expressly for the Max Steiner Music Society and is available to members only. It is not licensed for public sale. So, yeah. That was really cool. Now, the music quality on this, they must not like their members. I mean, I have this thing for the cover right now because I listen to it and it's like horrible. So I don't know who they had do the pressing for this, but they didn't. They sound like that. It sounds like one of those lousy Italian pressings or some other country pressing where they've taken the move, like Elvis. They did this a lot with Elvis. There's a Viva Las Vegas soundtrack out there, right? Well, you play it and it's like recorded straight off the film, right? So that's what this sounds like. Only it's unabridged and not broken up with the characters talking. So they didn't take it straight off film. But man, the source they took it from was, I don't know what the source is. I don't know if they took it from like a cassette. Honestly, it sounds like they recorded this album off of an 8-track being played in a very bad 8-track player. I'm not trying to give 8-tracks a bad name. You got the good equipment. The tape will sound great. But anyway, I have this solely for the cover. And I still appreciate the hell out of it. Because I love this movie. Alright, I'm done rambling. I'm trying to think of anything that I might have. Oh yeah, these are going out to a select 2 for right now. These are Rusty Ship's Mortal Ghost album. I had both of them autographed by the band. They are going out to 2 of you. And then I've got to get another 2 and send those out. I'm just going to do 2 at a time because, you know, it's not like I get a discount or anything. What am I, made of money? I mean, how can I send you out CDs hoping you'll like them when I still got records to buy? Anyway, love you guys. 2 of those CDs are going out. You know who you are. I've probably already talked to you. Love you guys. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.